Warning: the following video contains explicit language, which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello, all you beautiful son of a bitches. I love you. Thank you for tuning in to Absolute Hysteria Podcast, episode 16. Tonight, we're going to talk about some movie lists. We're going to talk about different movie lists, our top fives in different genres, and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about WWE Summerslam results as we did the predictions in another video. We got some news from Kid Cade. We got some announcements for Kid Jewel, and then we're going to start it off. Let me get them in here first. We got Kid Jewel. We got Ken K.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. But yeah, let's start it off with White Noise is out now, partially. You can go on YouTube, look up the playlist, and find the entire album under the playlist. And you can listen to it at your listening pleasure. Drop a comment, drop a like. Let me know what you think about the songs and all that. We had to do it this way for now because I was hit with YouTube got me with 2 strikes, but they're under review. And then the whole album got blocked on all other digital media due to a copyright infringement on one of the beats. But I did talk to the producer. He cleared a lot of this shit up, and they're going to the higher ups, and they're going to try to get all the other versions of that beat taken down so it'll reset, and then I could upload it again. So they're working on getting that taken care of for me. So just stay tuned. Within another week or so, I'll probably be able to get it up. But right now, it is on YouTube. Check it out. It's physical copies are available at the website, easy606.com, all that good shit. Dale Whitler has said, "Hey bros."
What up, man?
What's up, here?
Dale Whitler got his package today. He sent me a notification, said he got it, said he enjoyed it. So Dale Whitler will be able to tell you that shit is nice. So go grab one right now at the website. Kid Jewel. Motherfucker dropping tomorrow, right?
Tonight at midnight.
Tonight at midnight.
Tomorrow.
Born to Hustle.
Hey,
You got a lot of joints on there, man. You got Darby O Trills on there.
shout out to Darby O Trill, Chapter 17. Shout out to EZ606. Shout out to Stevie Stone, Blind Fury.
All right. Blind Fury, Stevie Stone, Darby, myself. Make sure y'all go check that out at midnight. Dropping at midnight. Kid Jewel will have all the information on his page. Make sure y'all check it out. When he posts it, I'll share it. So make sure y'all check it out. Show the guy some love. Kid Jewel, you want to holler? I mean, King K, you want to holler about yours now? Or you want to wait till a little later in the show?
We'll wait a little bit.
Wait a little bit. Let the animosity build up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and jump off. There's no news this week. I really didn't do no movie of the week this week since we're talking about movies. And so instead of the news, we'll just cover the WWE results from SummerSlam last night. See kind of how we did type shit.
Yeah.
So great pay-per-view, by the way, last night. One of the best ones this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Really good pay-per-view, solid matches, some surprises that were really good. I was actually really happy. Usually the last couple I've been disappointed, but this one actually lived up to it. starting at the bottom, I don't remember the exact order, but I'll start from the bottom of my list. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Man, them motherfuckers beat the brakes off each other. But the problem was CM Punk's dumbass was too focused on that fucking bracelet. You know, he had several times where I thought he was going to pull it out, but he's too focused on that bracelet, fucked it up. Ended up getting involved with Rollins, and you know, Drew ended up pulling it out at the end. You know, hit him with that vicious claymore that you could hear the kick on that impact through all the way to the nosebleed section.
I wish he kicked him all the way to the nosebleed section. Can't stand that motherfucker.
Hey, he did connect like a motherfucker though, boy. You could hear that when he hit that kick. Looked like CM Punk was out for a minute. But yeah, so Drew McIntyre picked up the win on that one. The WWE Women's Championship match, Big Booty Bailey versus the Botch Queen Nia Jax. This is one of the ones that I actually got wrong, which I got wrong, but I also predicted that what was going to happen. So I got it wrong, but I got it right at the same time. Bailey, Nia Jax. Obviously, we knew Nia was going to get that because Nia's taking the belt back to SmackDown. And we knew that Tiffany Stratton was going to get involved some way, somehow. I was just kind of hoping that she would turn on Nia and smack her with that briefcase. But no, it didn't happen. Nia Jax ended up getting the victory, and now we have a Botch Queen as a champion. Woo! Didn't she botch like in the first minute of that match?
She did.
No, Bailey did.
Bailey did?
Yeah, Bailey missed her mark on so many different things in that match. It wasn't funny. Nia actually had a good match.
I thought Nia botched that Samoan backdrop.
Go watch it again. You'll see Bailey when she rolls her hips, she slips off. That's not a Nia problem. That's a Bailey problem, not being able to position correctly.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to check that one out because that was kind of like one that I kind of missed. But yeah, so I took a L on that one. U.S. champ Logan Paul, LA Knight. Yeah, we knew this one.
Yeah.
This was a give me. Like fucking LA Knight. They had built this man up for so long, and every time they build him up, they let him fall. And I think that this was the time where it was time to put up or shut up. So they finally let the man get a little bit of shine. I mean, damn, he is fucking 39, 40 years old. So it's about time to give him a belt, So yeah, LA Knight took the victory on that one. Intercontinental Championship, we had Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, another one of those matches where it was time to shit or get off the pot because they had been making Braun Breaker look like he was the biggest big dog of all time, and then you let him lose a bunch of random ass matches. So Braun Breaker taking the belt home, and it was good to see his dad and uncle up in the stands, after he won. They were all excited. It was good to see old Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner excited, when their boy won. Then we had Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley for the women's championship. One of the most beautiful fucking matches I've ever seen. And I don't mean the technical wrestling aspect. I mean, there was asses everywhere. No diddy.
No, because it's garbage.
But there was booty everywhere. Once again, I called this one right on the money. I knew what was going to happen. Fucking Dominique fucking showed his colors. Still not Still not for sure what's going to happen with this. Because some people seem to think that, you know, Dom is like the new day is, or the Judgment Day is done. But some people seem to think that no, that they just kicked Damian and Rhea out. It's still going to be Dom, Finn, Liv, and the rest of them now. Don't know how that's going to work. I guess we'll see on Raw how that's going to work. But yeah, Liv Morgan retains due to old Dommy boy helping Liv retain the title. World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest versus Gunther. A lot of people kind of figured that it was Gunther's time, but I went against him and went with Damian.
I was right on that one.
Yeah, they had been building Gunther up for a while. I guess they decided that it was his time. So Damian, well, he kind of got robbed. Finn Balor, you know, helped Gunther at the end, but
yeah, that match was also another match. It was hot garbage because I mean, who in the fuck goes for a pin and pushes their opponent all the way across the ring to the rope? Like who does that? Like there were so many predictable moments. It just made that filler match is what I felt like it was. Just take up too much time, and I mean it was a waste. We could have done that on Monday Night Raw.
The match was good itself. Like for them being two big dudes, they did some good shit. But like you said, that ending was just why the fuck you hit your main move right dead center. You could have pinned him and won the match right there, but you pushed him over to the edge where Finn could grab his leg. Like, you know, that was too scripted. Like I didn't like that either.
Yeah, and then the most horrible try to grab somebody from inside the ring move ever when he just, I don't know, bro. I was not impressed with that match. Yeah. I thought it was more of it could have been a Monday Night Raw, SmackDown match. I mean, it didn't need to be a pay-per-view match.
Got you. So that was my second L of the night. I ended up 5-2 overall. But then we got the big boy match. We got the undisputed title, Cody versus Solo. Another one that was very called from the beginning. So Solo, well, it's crazy because we did the prediction before we found out about the all bloodlines rule. And I told Kid Jewel, as soon as I heard the all bloodline rule, I told Kid Jewel, I'm like, good thing I picked Cody, and I know that Roman's coming back now. That just solidified it. As soon as they said all bloodline rule, I'm like, yep, Roman's coming back 100%. Because they're not going to make it a bloodline rule. They're going to let Solo or they're going to let the Tongans come in, and then Randy and Kevin come in and took them, which left Jacob, who's going to take care. Here's how I figured it was going to end, and people say that it didn't end like this because Jacob actually got hurt. That wasn't part of the thing. Like is
that why he stayed on the ground like that?
Yeah, Triple H actually said in the press conference that he took a hit. Because when he landed, if you go back and watch, when he landed on the table, the side of his leg, those tables were fucked. Triple H talked about that too. Those tables were fucked. Like they didn't break. Like remember when what's the name didn't even go through him. So when he dove, and the side of his leg hit the side of that table hard. That's why when he went to get up, did you notice he fell back down and he was pissed? He was throwing shit. He was like that wasn't him acting. He was pissed.
I seen him throwing shit. I didn't know why.
He was mad because he just fucked his leg up. He couldn't finish the match the way it was supposed to happen. That's why he stayed on the outside. He didn't even try to get back in the ring. So I guess they had to switch it because I think for real, what was supposed to happen is I think Solo was supposed to stay out there hurt. Jacob was supposed to, Roman was supposed to attack Jacob first. But it didn't happen that way, so I'm thinking that's why Solo slid back in, and then Roman came out and did his shit to Solo.
Oh, no, out there on the road? Yeah.
But, yeah, But anyway, we seen the big dog come back. He did. He went in, got a little bit of revenge on Solo. Looked at Cody, like basically gave Cody that look, like, look, I'm back now.
I've officially converted to being a Roman fan now because he punched Solo right in the fucking mouth.
Hey, and that shirt was dope. That original Tribal Chief.
Yeah,
that shit was dope. OTC. But I'm excited for SmackDown now. I'm waiting to see if he's going to bring the Wise Man back next week, or if he's just, who knows? Roman might not even be there next week. He might stay kind of gone for a few weeks until closer to Survivor Series. But I honestly doubt it.
So he's gonna have the same schedule as when he was champion and show up every 3 months?
Probably. Now they're going to start planting the seeds to Survivor Series, because we all know that Bloodline Civil War is going to happen, but we've got 3 pay-per-views until then. So, is it going to be Roman versus Solo at the next one? Or is it going, you know what I mean? They're going to plant the seeds to this big battle. I think one of them will be Roman and Solo for the tribal chief position. Then I think one of them will be like a tag match, and then one of them will be something else, and then we'll get the Survivor Series, the Bloodline versus Bloodline.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict now that at Bad Blood we either see Hikaloa, is that his name, or Zilla, him or Zilla.
Yeah. Or Lance. Lance is ready to go too.
Yeah.
Lance and Noah. He's been ready to go. Hikaloa's already been signed. They've already got his name copyrighted. And Zilla, I just showed you that picture earlier. Zilla and Triple H were posed together last night, and Zilla was in the crowd, signing autographs and shit. So I don't know, man. It's going to get interesting for all the Samoan fans. I just hope Jacob's not hurt that bad, man, because he just got the tag team titles. Like, he's a tag team champion now, and if he has to relinquish that belt that quick, that's going to suck. I was looking forward to seeing him like just really take off, because Jacob's a bad dude. But anything else y'all want to say on that topic? I know Kincaid's pretty much already said he didn't like too many of the matches.
Garbage.
He said garbage. Okay.
As far as the card itself, it's one of the better pay-per-views. But yeah, some of the matches, like he said, why would you roll somebody to the ropes to pin them? I noticed that happened. It's like, why did you fucking roll them over there?
There's just too many filler matches. Like, some of these storylines just need to be dead and over with. Like, too many factions taking up too much time. Like, let's go ahead and start rolling out divisional singles matches. Like, I'm tired of that stupid shit.
Hell yeah. I would give it I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. I don't think there was bad matches. I think there was bad spots, bad moments, but I wouldn't call them bad matches. For what's going on right now, they did pretty well. Some of the storylines might not be the greatest of all, but they're working with what they got right now.
It is good to see several title changes, though. Maybe that'll spark some more better storylines.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I got a bunch of them in my head, man. There's some people, Charlotte should be back anytime. Rock should be back soon.
Yeah, and Charlotte should have to start from the bottom. I'd like to see her at least in like a good 12-match run before they give her a belt, because they're just going to eventually hand it to her.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the only thing with Charlotte, yeah, you're right. She should have to, earn it back, but Charlotte's also one of the best technical wrestlers in the league.
So they should make her prove it.
Yeah. Well, they should make any of them prove it. None of them are above that. Oh, okay, guys. Well, that was the wrestling portion of it. Let's jump into the movie list. Oh shit, my bad. I don't know why I clicked that. So the movie list I think we got some miscommunication. Like I think all of us were on different pages. But
I got 5 for everything, so we're good on my end.
Yeah. I mean, we all do now, but like, luckily I mentioned because I think both of y'all were under the same assumption that we were just doing one list that I told, like one list per topic.
Yeah, we were going to talk about the movie.
Yeah. Which that is the idea, but I just after I thought about it, I'm like, man, I don't think that's going to be enough time. So I was like, well, everybody will just do the same. Like, even though you picked it, everybody else still has to do it, you know? So, which one we want to do first, guys?
I'll jump the helm if you want me to.
All right. Explain too, because when I think of B-rated horror films, I'm thinking of low budget films. So
B-rated is a genre of its own. I mean, in the B-rated category, you have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Freddy Krueger. I mean, it covers a wide variety. So I mean,
I just looked up B-rated horror, and I seen that most of them were like, you know, some of them had higher budgets, but nothing on my list has a budget above 1.5. Everything on my list is 1.5 million and under. So I went with the more low budget ones.
I guess I completely missed the B-rated thing, I guess.
Some of the ones you have on there might be B-rated. You might never know. Because some of the ones on my list, you'd be like, is that B-rated? It actually is. But and then of course the 90s. Oh, we'll get to that when we get to it. Let's hit the B-rated horror first. Jamie's pick.
All right, so I went with B-rated horror movies this week because it's where one of my passion is, and I actually watch a lot of low budget films and B-rated movies. So number one up, I got Motel Hell. If you're not familiar with this film, it's about a group of, well, I guess they're family, and they own a motel. They kidnap their guests and bury them under a backyard, under the ground, till they feel like they're right, in which the time they harvest them and turn their organs and body into their famous sausage and meats. And you may have heard of this movie by the saying, it takes all kinds of critters to make Foreman's Vincent's fritters. So it's one of those good cult classic / B-rated films that's got a nice following. Motel Hell.
Hell yeah. And that's what number is that? Is that are you going from 1 on down?
Yep.
Or is this no particular order?
There's no order.
Okay. So, I guess we'll just go one at a time, I guess. So my number one B-rated was the original Halloween. As you're all pretty familiar with Halloween, Michael Myers' first movie, 78. There's not too much to say about that y'all already don't know. The budget on that movie was only $325K. Not bad. Not bad for back then.
Right.
Yeah, you could tell, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, Joe, what you got for your B-rated?
He's on Google. He's like, damn it, man.
I guess I didn't hear the B-rated thing, so fuck it. Candyman.
Okay. Candyman's a dope movie. It's definitely down there.
It's a staple of the 90s, man. That shit used to scare the fuck out of me.
It's a cult classic too, so it would be kind of considered B-rated.
All right, so we just going in order for the B-rated horror movies?
Yeah, we'll just keep going around.
All right, number 2 for me is Silver Bullet. It's an adaptation of Stephen King's book, Cycle of the Werewolf. It's about a boy in a wheelchair that finds out there's a werewolf in his town, and his uncle soups up his wheelchair as the boy tries to survive once the werewolf actually finds out that he knows he's a werewolf. The movie stars you're all fans of Corey Haim and Gary Busey, and you haven't seen this movie, it's a good watch.
Oh yeah. All right, my number 2, I'm going with the classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, the Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface, crazy movie with only a budget of $140K.
Damn.
It's another one you can tell, but back then, hey, $140K. I mean, it made a great movie.
Exactly. Go ahead, Kid Jewel.
I feel like I'm butchering your whole video now with the non-B-rated thing.
No, you're good, bro. Like, just keep going.
I'm gonna go Exorcist 3.
Okay, yeah, that's a decent movie.
Another classic staple of the 90s, man.
Yep. Extras 3 is a great movie.
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right, number 3, man. I got The Gate. It's one of those, of my favorite films when I was younger. It's got if you all like Steven Dorff, he's younger in this movie. He plays a kid named Glenn. His parents leave, and when they leave on vacation, him and his friend find this old album. They play it backwards, and it summons minions from hell, or a demonic rift. And these little minions are raining chaos inside their home, and eventually they summon a bigger demon, and the kid has to fight the demon in order for everything to go back to normal. Really great film.
Okay. I'm gonna go number 3. I'm going with the Evil Dead, the OG Evil Dead. Once again,
Sam Raimi's coming to life.
Yep. So most people already know about that one. There's not a lot I gotta say about that one. That one was done on a budget of $350K. Jewel.
I'm surprised at a lot of these budgets, man. Your listings, 100K, 300K. I mean, what like Kincaid said back in the day, probably a lot of money, but
And yeah, most of it went into production and editing. So
now you're probably looking at minimum budgets of 500K.
well, nowadays, to be honest with you, to make those
minimum,
kind of quality movies,
minimal.
Yeah, you can make those movies for like $1,000 nowadays.
Yeah, no, but the minimal nowadays, shit, for the big movies like that, man, everyone I've seen of the newer horror movies is like 15 million and up.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them fail at box office too, because they're not pulling that money back in.
I got one on my list. It failed big time in the box office. I'll talk about it when I get to it.
Next one, everybody already knows about it, but I'm gonna go with it.
What was it?
The Ring.
The Ring. Okay.
I'll fuck with some more.
Yeah.
All right, so number 4, I'm going with Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's one of those films where you can imagine seeing your entire family murdered by a serial killer Santa. You survive. You're raised in a Catholic home by nuns. Then later on in life, you snap and become the same thing that killed your family. It's one of those great films to watch with your family around Christmas time. There's lots of follow-ups to it, but the follow-ups, they're not as good as the first one, but they're definitely a good watch too. Number 4 is definitely Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I'm more of a Santa sleigh, Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, it's a great movie too.
Santa killer.
Connie's sitting right here, brother. She'll tell you. And I have my own horror Christmas list that I literally watch every season. And the Bill Goldberg Santa sleigh is at number 3 on that list every year.
Hell yeah. All right, what you got? Oh, that's my turn, actually. Number 4, I picked the cult classic Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Another movie that needs no introduction. $352,000 budget, which is really good for that because, like, you seeing all the shit that happens in that movie. I mean, some of the practical effects were really good. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, number 4.
Great movie for the time.
Next one I got is the 1991 Silence of the Lamb.
Okay.
I looked at that one.
cannibalistic serial killer shit.
I would have put that on my list, but the budget was a little higher on that one, so I didn't dig it.
I'm looking at it now. It says 19 million.
Yeah.
Yes, it had a decent budget.
Yeah. Of course, Anthony Hopkins. I mean, he was a big name at that time.
Yes, sir. Well, number 5, I went with another Stephen King adaptation, which is Maximum Overdrive.
Ooh.
So basically, nowadays you see all these apocalyptic movies. Could you imagine when it's not zombies, but instead it's electronics, vehicles, machines, all the things that you actually love that come to life to kill us? I mean, not to mention it had an amazing cast and it has some hilarious kill moments. Like, I mean, this movie's a number one to watch out there.
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive is dope.
It's also got a spinoff called Trucks. It's dope too.
My number 5 is a cult classic, which involves a horror movie icon that you might know from another horror franchise. I'm gonna go with I gotta represent Mr. Victor Crowley, the movie Hatchet. The highest one so far, it was a $1.5 million budget. However, they lost majorly.
Oh yeah.
It had a $1.5 million budget, and then the box office was only $208,000. So that movie really like shit itself, even though it was really good. I don't understand. Maybe they didn't put the marketing behind it.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kane Hodder playing somebody outside of Voorhees. I mean, a lot of people just thought it was going to fail, hence why it became such a cult classic with a couple. Well, actually, I think it's got 3 follow-ups.
Yes, sir.
It's one of my favorite movies too.
All right, Kid Jewel, what you got on 5?
All right. Again, I butchered your budget thing, but I'm gonna go Bride of Chucky.
Okay.
I'm
gonna try to adjust some of these as we go, so I can kind of match your B-rated thing.
We've only got one more of the honorable mention, so
yeah.
All right, now we have the honorable mention. So I had to go with one of my favorite wrestlers of all time in a movie called They Live. Roddy Piper plays John Nada, who finds a box of glasses that we all know allows him to see what the world really looks like and who runs it. It's aliens, and they're being brainwashed, kind of like Americans in society nowadays, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. You know, I forgot all about They Live. That is a good one.
Oh, it's amazing.
My honorable mention, a lot of people's probably going to be upset about. They're probably not. They're probably going to tell me that I'm stupid and it's trash. But I really enjoyed it. For the budget, it was super dope for a modern day movie. I liked Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
The movie was dope.
And guess the budget was only $50K.
I could see it.
I could see it a little bit. I mean, but the costumes and the practical effects and stuff like they really did a good job for $50K.
Yeah,
I'm actually excited about watching the newer one. I've been wanting to watch it the last couple of nights. I just keep forgetting about it.
I could get better masks made by some of the people in the haunt world, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but overall, the story wasn't that bad. I liked seeing, Winnie the Pooh turn into Michael Myers.
Right, good shit, man. Like I liked the movie for what it was, and all you hate is eat a cock.
What'd you get on that honorable mention, Kid Jewel?
Well, with Child's Play 2.
Child's Play 2, okay.
That's probably my favorite one out of them.
Yeah, that's definitely the best one. I don't know what it is with horror movies, but number 2 is usually like the classic one. You know what I mean? In a lot of different movies, number 2 is, But all right. Kid, you want to do you want to do the comedies or do you want me to do the actions?
Go with action first.
Let me start off with the actions. All right. Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all right now, the comedy was extremely difficult for me. I'm talking about hurt my feelings. Like, I had to narrow it down. When I say comedy, I mean, like, I laughed through every moment of the movie. Like, it had to be a nonstop laugh fest, or I didn't consider it comedy. But for 90s action, man, like, that was so hard to do. And I left so many dope movies off. But here we go. Number one, first and foremost, my favorite movie of all time, The Crow. Brandon Lee, The Crow, Eric Draven. I'm sure y'all probably seen the movie, heard about it. You know, it's a love story. It's what happens when, you know, when people are done wrong and they're given a second chance to come back and make shit right.
Yeah, I'm hyped for the new one.
Yeah, I am too.
Regardless of the horrible reviews, it's hard to get in. You can't go wrong with Eric Draven, man.
Exactly.
What you got, KJ?
I got Blade.
Okay.
Funny story.
I didn't see anybody choosing Blade.
I did. I had it, dude. I don't want to. It's going to show all my answers, but after this is over, I'm going to show you. I have it, but it's X'd out. I chose something over top of it. It was hard, but I chose one that was better, you know, in my eyes at least.
I had to pick Blade, man.
Hey, I love all the Blade movies.
All right, man. So yeah, I threw my hat in there. I'm second genre's favorite is, you know, action movies. So that being said, I went with action adventure and pulled out the Goonies for my number one, which is in my top 3 movies of all time. I mean, you got funny kids, robberies, a jailbreak, treasure hunts, a big mentally challenged, deformed creature that is awesome. You just can't go wrong.
See, I didn't even think about the Goonies in action. I always put the Goonies in like the I don't know what category I would put the Goonies in.
It's action adventure.
Yeah, but I didn't even think about that because that would have been in my top 5 for sure.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess since I'm going that direction, number 2, I'm going with the OG Bad Boys, the first Bad Boys. Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, and Will Smith. I love the Bad Boys series, all of them. But the original OG one was just crazy, man. Like,
yeah, it's dope. The new one wasn't all that good, but the first one's, to me, like it's definitely top tier.
All right, KJ, number 2.
I got Rush Hour.
Okay,
that's going way back.
That's another good one. And the Rush Hour thing, I was having trouble with that, with it being action and comedy. You know what I mean? It was one of them that's right on the edge. All right, what you get, King K?
All right, man. So my number 2, I went with Rambo: First Blood. You know, John Rambo returns home with PTSD. Suddenly, you know, he's being fucked with by a sheriff. The sheriff tries to go head up with John Rambo and ends up having to bring in almost every police officer in surrounding counties and damn near the military just to calm this dude down for a glass of coffee. So, I mean, it's definitely top tier when it comes to action movies.
Another one that completely skipped my mind too. I don't know how I forgot Rambo. Damn. There's just too many movies out there, bro.
Well, these are movies that literally I thought of because I've literally watched them in the last 4 months.
Got you. My number 3, I went with one of my other favorite movies. I'm a big Nicolas Cage guy, and I love the movie Con Air, man. I like the stories, I like the characters, I like the whole movie, man.
It's a good film.
KJ, what you got? Number 3.
I also got the original Bad Boys.
Okay. OG Bad Boys?
Yes, sir. No Diddy.
So I guess we'll jump right into mine. Man, I pulled out Bloodsport for the next one. I don't think I really need to explain them. You know, fighters from all around the world is best in their craft that, you know, fight in a tournament, possibly to the death. I mean, great movie, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, he's almost like, when it comes to 80s and 90s, at that time, bro, he was pretty much like an action face of the movie world.
Bloodsport's in my tops, but it's not on this list because I didn't pick those type movies. But I say there's a lot about this list that I made other lists that we're going to do soon. And the top 5 fighting movies are definitely going to be one of the next list. And that's going to be all your fighting type movies, you know. Also, hood movies will be in the next one. Like anything that's considered like a hood movie, because there was too many of those that I left out that I couldn't fit in.
I'm going to throw some British cinema towards y'all's way, and you're going to love them.
Hell yeah. All right, so number 4, which would be in that hood movie category, but I couldn't leave it off the action list. New Jack City.
Yeah, it's dope. I almost picked it myself.
Pokey. KJ, what you got? Number 4.
I'm trying to Google shit and adjust my list to find more B-rated stuff, but fuck it. My next one's The Matrix.
Why are you trying to adjust it now when it's already over?
I know.
Yeah. We already done B-rated, brother.
Yeah.
So you said The Matrix?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Keanu classic.
Yeah.
All right, so I
Yes,
followed
sir.
The Matrix up with Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. What happens when a trucker goes berserk with his martial artist buddies against crazy supernatural martial artists and a kung fu wizard? You get a win-win.
Hell yeah. Big Trouble, Little China. My number 5, I think that Kincaid will greatly appreciate this one. I'm going with the OG Spawn.
Okay.
We're going with Mr. Spawn. We're going with
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White. Yeah. It skipped my mind for a second. One of the most underrated fighter dudes that I can think of.
Oh, his movies are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
What you got, Jewel?
I got Men in Black for my next one.
Okay. It's a dope movie.
Come to Men in Black.
I would have put it more towards sci-fi.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so number 5 leading in, I went with the OG Dolph Lundgren Punisher. Solely because that dude puts in work in that movie, and it's probably one of his only movies where he actually shows acting ability.
There you go. Yeah, because in Rocky, he was just like, I will.
If he does, he does.
Yeah. I will kill you. Yeah. See, Rocky was going to make it on my list as well, but I saved that for the other category. But my honorable mention, I think, is an underrated movie in my opinion, but I really enjoyed it because I really enjoyed the video game as well. And it was almost a tie between two of them, but I went with Street Fighter over Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that movie gets so much fucking hate. It ain't funny too.
What more? Street Fighter?
Street Fighter. Oh my lord, bro! Like the hate bashing for that movie over the years has been fucking comical.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't like it. I enjoy it.
I love it. Yeah,
I liked it.
But
I liked Mortal Kombat too.
You know, I also like the Super Mario Brothers movie, and everybody hated that shit too. But I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
What you got, KJ? What's your honorable mention?
Die Hard 2.
Oh my god. I almost chose that. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Die Hard series is something I watch every Christmas from beginning to end. Because it's a Christmas series, damn it.
Everybody says that.
All right, so my honorable mention's already been mentioned. And it's Con Air. I said, a man that did prisoners time after a bar brawl just wants to get home for his kid for the holidays and birthdays. So, I mean, can't much go wrong there. I mean, Nick Cage's best performance, if you ask me, next to Gone in 60 Seconds.
I would almost agree with that. Gone in 60 Seconds was dope, but I'd put Face Off up there too.
Face Off wasn't just him that sold the movie, though.
It was Travolta too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got Travolta and Cage, and Travolta really sold his acting ability in that movie.
Yeah. I like how they went back and forth with the characters, man. And Travolta, he trips you out, man, because he really did he was just like the other person. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, all right. Well, kid, we got yours next. We got them '90s comedy, and like I said,
boy.
with my list, in order to make this list of mine, I had to be able to laugh from start to end. So these are laugh fests.
I'm gonna go with the OG classic Friday.
See, that was the first movie I thought of, but I didn't put it on here. I'm saving it for my hood list.
There you go.
So, my number one, I went with "Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood."
All right. That's a classic. Love that movie.
Yeah.
So my number one, the Kid George, you already do your number one?
Yes, sir.
All right, my number one, it's not about comedy for me. I find enjoyment in action comedy sometimes, so a lot of mine will be based around that. Just let that sink in, because I don't watch very many comedies. Small Soldiers. I mean, how do you go wrong when a company creates a chip to put in toys that literally turns them into weaponized, killing robots? And you have other robots that are good-hearted that are trying to take them on with a couple kids, man. I mean, it made for great comedy, great laughs. Plus, it, incorporates action figures we all love.
Okay.
All
right, KJ.
All right, man. Next one, I'm gonna go with Wayne's World.
Party time, excellent. Woo, 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 woo.
All right.
That was dope as fuck.
My number two, I'm going with an Adam Sandler classic. I'm going with Billy Madison.
There you go.
It almost made the list.
When you take a man who is kind of messed up in life and you make him redo school because his father paid it off the first time, it's funny to watch a dumbass go to school again.
yeah. I kind of lived that Billy Madison life, except there was no rich paycheck at the end of it when I had to go get my GED and then graduate college. All right, man. So you're going on pretty much the majority of mine from here on out. It's going to be Chris Farley films. So
hey,
you got Tommy Boy Up. An automotive salesman. After his father dies, he has to save the company, and the most comical of comedy that I've seen when I was younger.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Good pick.
That's on my list as well. KJ, I think it's you.
All right. My mama said I gotta pick The Water Boy.
That was Meemaw's favorite movie.
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong.
Cut his fucking head off.
My number three, I'm going with an Eddie Murphy classic where he plays about 15 roles. I'm going with the OG Nutty Professor.
Great movie.
Yep.
All right, so my number three, I'm going with The Black Sheep. Another Chris Farley film, and this time he's backing his brother who's running for a political position, and the opposition is cheating like a motherfucker, and him and David Spade got to learn how to pull things together and take it back.
That's a classic, man. Gary Busey was also in that movie, wasn't
he? Yep.
Yeah.
He played an outraged military family member whose family had died and magically casted votes.
Yeah, I think his name was Colonel Savage.
Yes, sir. Great film.
All right, KJ.
I'm gonna go with Dumb and Dumber.
Damn.
Somebody used to say it was me and Easy.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to. Two of mine have already been knocked off, so I'm switching. I'm switching shit. Because I did have a bunch of fucking standbys. So Tommy Boy was already said. So I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore. Another Adam Sandler classic about a reject who is a hockey player. He wants to play hockey. He's not that great at it, but he finds out that he could drive a golf ball really, really far. So he ends up becoming a pro golfer.
Hey, you pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
Great film.
Oh, Shooter McGavin.
Yeah. All right, number 4 out here. Obviously, I'm told you it's a trend, guys. So we got Beverly Hills Ninja, an obese man who trained with ninjas all of his life. But when he starts doing the ninja activities he was trained to do, he finds out he was super bad at it. It's like me trying to be Kung Fu Panda.
That's pretty hilarious.
All right. My next one's already been said. My honorable mention's already been said. But my next one, I'm going to go with Nutty Professor.
Hey.
Classic.
You going with Nutty Professor, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, all right. So I'm going to go with my number 5. I was originally Dumb and Dumber, but I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go with American Pie. The OG first American Pie. When he the pie. And Stifler carried that movie.
Yes, he did. Because outside that movie was corn. All right, so my number 5, I took it back. What happens when a caveman comes to life after unthawing in modern 90s and has to go to school, and he's led through school by 2 fucking idiots? You get Encino Man.
Oh, shit, dude. Do you know how close a Biodome almost made my list?
Yeah, it's on another list for me.
Yeah. All right, KJ, go ahead. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Tommy Boy.
Okay. It's a great film.
Got to, man.
All right. My honorable mention. Technically, I said it had to be a laugh fest because honestly, I wanted to go with White Man Can't Jump, but there is some serious parts in that movie. So I'm not going to pick that one. I'm going to put that in another category of movies. And I'm going to go with Half Baked.
Half Baked's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be me here soon handing out samples. All right, man. So when it came to honorable mentions, it definitely came down to Jim Carrey standoff. It was either the Cable Guy or the Mask. I went with the Mask because, I mean, it's the Loki mask, you know. It's probably, in my opinion, it's one of Jim Carrey's best roles. Like, we see a lot of different sides of this guy. You know, he can play a normal role where he's being serious all the way down to massive laughing-inducing comedy. You like that?
Yeah, I liked both of those movies, man. The Mask and Cable Guy were definitely I had to look at both of those very hard too because those are definitely classic.
Yeah, we could almost literally just sit down and have one of these episodes on just Jim Carrey movies.
Jim Carrey and Sandler, honestly. We might have to do that one episode. We'll just choose like 3 people and then do their top 5s.
Earth Girls is easy. It's one of, Jim Carrey's first appearances in comedy and movies, and the movie's fucking hilarious.
All right, so I think that was it then, guys. That was and that was about perfectly timed because it's 9:55. We got 5 minutes left. Kincaid, It's your time, brother.
All right, so a lot of people have been speculating when I'm dropping music again. Like I get asked about it at least 10 times a day. We have decided that August the 23rd, we are releasing the Killer in My Eyes single on all platforms, and the video will be released at the end of the month, shortly after, not on the 30th, shortly after the album goes live. Well, the particular single goes live for everybody. Then shortly after that, you can expect a couple more singles with videos coming from this way. And I got tons of music coming for you guys.
Hell yeah.
So definitely the 23rd at 9:37 a.m. Killer in My Eyes will release on all platforms and streaming services for everybody's pleasure or hatred. I love both.
Let's go.
So for all you people, there's a lot of probably people that's like, why the fuck did he pick 9:37? Like of all the weirdest times, can we go ahead and elaborate on that?
Well, I was born in Kentucky, raised in Ohio. I'm an OH10 baby through and through. So 937 is my area code, and I like to think it's my triad of lucky numbers.
There you go. 937, August 23rd. Make sure y'all check it out. Leave him some comments. Check it out. Be ready for the video. I've seen the video. It's fucking fantastic. So I highly encourage. I can't wait for y'all to see it as well.
Also, we'll be releasing some more information in the next couple days about how you can get that particular single for free and early, 2 days early before that release date, which means you'll get it on the 21st. We will be releasing a set of rules to follow, and all who follow those set of rules will receive that free download in your email. Then we will be picking a particular set of people who follow those other rules that will be released shortly after that. You will get a physical copy of the single, Killer in My Eyes, and a lot of exclusive content that has not been released, including an entire album called Game Time Volume 2.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Young Woman 937, we definitely ain't going to forget, kid. That was going to be the next thing on the
agenda. That was literally what I was about to say till that popped up. I was about to be like, and my dog, Kid Joe, has an album dropping tomorrow that I'm actually excited to hear because he's packed this full of some crazy lyricism from himself and multiple other artists, including Easy 606.
Yep, and I got 2 music videos that are done. I might drop one on Friday.
There you go.
Hell yeah, man. Kid Joel tomorrow or tonight, midnight.
At midnight tonight, which is technically tomorrow, but we'll still be awake today.
Yes, sir. So make sure y'all check that out. Leave some reviews. Be ready for Kincaid on August 23rd. But if you're all not doing nothing right now, go to YouTube and check out my shit that dropped yesterday or Friday.
Yep.
White Noise out now.
White Noise. Go get it.
It's out now. Like I said, go to YouTube, go under the playlist options, and it'll be right in the row. I mean, you can search it and find it, and they'll be all spread out. But if you want to listen to it in order, like the album, go to the playlist, look for White Noise, click on it, and all the songs will come up in order. We got a song on there with Kincaid called Mental Health Matters. Make sure y'all check that out. I've been getting some really good reviews on that song as well as other songs. Yeah, man, go run it up.
And Easy brought you the shortest cipher in American history of having like 6 artists on that damn thing, and that bitch is less than 2.5 minutes long.
Hell yeah!
You know why? You know why? You know why? It's the shortest.
Because you didn't give it no legs.
No,
you didn't give it no legs to stand on.
No, it's so short because Kid Joel made the beat, so it had to be short.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, all that good shit. I'm gonna clear up one more thing because the homie Buckshot hit me up, and Buckshot was like, "Hey, bro, like, I just want to come at you in the inbox and let you know that you spelled villain wrong on your CD insert. He's like, I've done that shit before. He's like, I know it's embarrassing, bro. He's like, maybe you have time to fix it. I'm like, hey, bro, that's not villain, that's Villian.
And Maze Villian.
Maze Villian.
It's like Abervillian. We're not Maze villains. We're Villians.
Yeah, and I explained to him, I'm like, it's a whole thing. People from Maysville are called Maysvillians. Just like technically he could be a Louisvillian. You know what I mean? Like he was like, oh, I got you, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I appreciate though you looking out, because a lot of people would just let you look dumb.
Yeah,
like, hey, you spelled villain wrong. Like,
I'm a Abervillian. Thanks to shout out to Big Yawn out there, even though we are Aberdeenians.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I like that Abervillians. Mix it up, because
Yeah, that was Juan's doing. He's like, what we gonna call you all? Now y'all Abervillians.
Yeah, y'all. So where y'all from? Mays Dean.
Yeah, Aberdeen. Aberville. 937-606. Shout out to Krug.
Yeah. Shout out to Krug. He's on. Make sure y'all check out, if anybody that from Maysville that catches this and hears it, whatever, make sure y'all check out that track, Maysvillian, because if I fucked with you or you do music or like anything like that, listen to this song very carefully, because I shouted out a lot of people and I didn't make it super obvious. Some of them I did. Like, if you hear your name like Kruger, I made it obvious, but I also put other references in there. So, like, some of the bars might just seem like filler words for a bar, but some people's names are in there. And song titles, album titles,
Suicide Nightmares.
Yeah, former names. Kincaid got, like, I think 3 or 4 shout-outs in there.
Yeah, that damn Suicidal Nightmares, for those that don't know, Eric took it way back to 2001, which was my first group ever and the first time I ever recorded music.
I got you on the Suicidal Nightmares. I got you on a Kincaid masterpiece, like the paint. I was the painting, but also Kincaid.
Right.
Then I got Young Money, Old Money. Yeah. And then I got you on I got a Wolf on Oak Street. I can make the call. Like 1-4 dash. I got the K for all of y'all. Like some people it just kind of go over, but people who know.
Yeah, you got a Twilight shout out too.
Yeah, from sun up to, or from twilight to sundown.
And R.I.P. Bully.
R.I.P. Bully.
Bully Nelson.
Krug loved that motherfucking part. As soon as I sent Krug that song, he was like, R.I.P. Bully. But then I got Chopper in there. I got Womp Dizzle, White Mike, Goldie, Dub, Paper Stacks. A couple people in there, man. If I didn't mention you, my bad. Sorry, like I forgot shit. Or I don't like you. So you be the judge of that. But anyway, yeah. Good shit, man. Music from everybody coming out. I know Wicked Ways and Real Talk got some shit coming. Real Talk's got a new album he started on, which me and Kincaid, or me and fucking Jewel are working on a song that he sent. I know everybody on the label, he's sending them their own little song. So if you haven't got one yet, be prepared. It's coming, because he's working on everything now. Reno's got an album that's going to drop soon, and I think it's got everybody on it.
Reno, it ain't got me. Reno's on my.
Oh, you're on his. Okay.
Yeah, he's on mine.
Okay, yeah. He was supposed to be on the Cypher for my album, but unfortunately, he was incarcerated at the time he was going to record. So
right.
He's back home now, y'all. Everything got taken care of. So
yeah, me and Reno, we got a banger coming on this new album. I'm gonna get KJ on this one. I still gotta get you on there. I'm gonna try to get Wicked Ways and Real on there. And then I'm gonna wrap up pretty much like 3 other features and call it a day and put that bitch out.
Yes, sir.
But you're thinking about sending Kid Joe that damn Killer in My Eyes song so he can hear it before anybody else, because he's been bugging the shit out of me about it.
Yeah, some good shit.
I might have asked you once or twice.
A day.
A day, yeah. But yeah, man, I can't say it enough, man. Y'all just gotta stay tuned because
Big things, man. Lots of music.
The crew is on the move, and there's shit popping up all the time. You know, new music pops up. People's got shit scheduled. People's got shit coming up. We got more projects to come.
And we could be announcing a lot of shows coming up here soon too.
Yeah, show stuff is in the works. I know I told a lot of people that I probably wasn't going to do any shows this year. I was going to focus on the music, but we kind of got a little ahead on the music, and some shit kind of popped up that might be super dope. So stay tuned. There might be some shit that pops out the work. And if that does happen, if that link up does happen, then there'll be even more music and videos coming.
I got an announcement coming in a week too, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, another announcement. Okay, let's just keep it rolling. Let's try every podcast. Let's try to come up with some new shit, like some new announcements, man. Everybody keep this shit rolling.
I get one today.
I could put out a single every podcast.
Yeah, Kit Jules gonna drop something new. Then Kay's gonna drop something. Then I'll drop something. Wicked drop something. Real drop something. Reno drop something.
You want an announcement right now?
What?
You want an announcement right now?
Go ahead.
Today I found out I'm fucking short.
And you can't jump.
Today I found out that I was obese, morbidly.
Today I found out that I was a beautiful fat man.
Hey. To some people, fat is beautiful. Some people like the chubby chasers, man.
I woke up and decided I was an asshole for sure.
Man, we've been knowing that. Hey, you might be an asshole, but you're our asshole, man.
Facts. Which sounds kind of word you can't say.
No diddy. Connie, you got anything to say over there? You're being quiet. I know you're listening.
She didn't know, bro.
Oh. I'm surprised she didn't say something in the comment right there. Like, no, I don't have nothing. But all right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. What's she say? Oh, Connie said, nah, she's good. Nah, I'm good. All right. Well, if you don't want to say nothing, then screw you too, bud. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 16. If you watch this on the fly, which I know a lot of people watch it on the fly, because I do get random inboxes of people will be like, hey, I just listened to the podcast. Good shit. You know, we get some encouraging words here and there. I appreciate y'all. We're still building. You know, we're only in the first 16 episodes. If you like the shit, you regularly listen, tell your friends. You know, that's how you get the name out. That's how you get the shit out. Yep.
Free shit, tell your friends.
Yeah, here in the next month, I'm going to redo some shit. I'm going to redo the intro and outros and add some shit and upgrade a little bit. And then we might even do some advertisements and pop them out there and try to build the channel. I need to work on building the YouTube, and I need to work on building the actual podcast page, which is not off to a bad start. It's almost to 800 followers already. It's only been up a few months.
Has Chuckles done his raffle yet?
I do believe they did it. Yeah, I need to see how it was going. I do believe they did it yesterday.
That's wondering about that.
But I haven't got no inboxes or no messages.
So I was gonna say we need to plug it, but
yeah, I think they did it yesterday. Well, it'd be over now anyway because the con's over now. Today or this afternoon was the last day. But yeah, man, Creepy Con. I hope it did well. I got an inbox from Sledge and Dinko a couple times, and Sledge was telling me that, you know, they were giving Dinko a hard time, and you know, so it was pretty fun. They all said they wished that we could be there at Kincaid. They wish me and you could have made it. But I told them, I'm like, hey, get us booked next year. You know,
get us booked and we'll be there.
Yeah, Jason knows the people who book it because he's from Knoxville. And he said that they do have stages and they do musical shit and comedy and different things. So I was like, man, get us booked. We'll be down there because that ain't Knoxville's a nice. It's a decent little trip, but it ain't like it's a long trip.
Get us a booth.
Exactly. Any conventions, horror conventions, anything to do with horror that anybody can get us booked at, do it because we love horror. We love shit like that. So performing at those type of events will be dope.
I'll show up painted or masked or something.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because me and Kincaid, if y'all didn't know, we're thinking about doing we're going to. We just haven't came up with all the details yet. But we're talking about doing a little project, and you never know what kind of wild shit's going to pop out the works there.
Absolutely.
You might not even.
It's going to be some horror shit.
Yeah, you might not even notice when we come out. You might not even know it's us.
I'm sure if they know us, they're going to know of us. Two very giant men walking out. Like, I mean, who else is like 400 plus, 6'4", 6'6", walking around other than us?
Exactly. I told Chuckles, because Chuckles a pretty big boy too. And then Dinwiddie, he's skinny as hell, but he's 6'6". I'm like, man, me and Kincaid and Chuckles and Dinwiddie, we're all going to link up and be walking around at the convention looking like the fucking football team from Tennessee.
Yeah, we're going to look like the Cincinnati Bengals, like defensive line is the way we're going to look.
Yeah.
We're probably bigger than them dudes.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Chuckles pretty good size, though. Oh, yeah,
All right,
a little bit smaller.
I'm about to hop off here so I can get in bed.
All right, brother. Oh, I need to end the stream anyway. So,
oh shit, you didn't end the stream yet?
No. we in 13 minutes overtime. So anybody who's watching, that's the behind the scenes shit.
That's extra credit.
Let me hit you with the outro. Kid, hold on 1 second.
If you want some free,
come back and join us next week for Absolute Hysteria. Follow Easy606 on YouTube and all social media.